Google themselves have leaked a 3,000-page document, now on accident, so they say, leaked their actual algorithm. It's 3,000 pages. I can't tell you all of them, but I can tell you the one that likely impacts every single person in this room. Now, there's some big companies in this room. It may not. It's not super clear, but I would guess that one of the things that will impact every person in this room is they always said that small sites were not pushed down over big sites. They said, no, we don't prioritize big sites over small sites. They do, because you can see it in the code that was leaked. And they call them, well, right here. Let's talk about these. The number one finding, the headline, Google may be torching small sites on purpose. Who here would consider themselves a small site? Is, I don't know, anybody from Forbes here? How about Home Depot? No? So look, Premier's a $100 million company. We're very proud of that. I'm sure many of you are bigger than that. I'm sure many of you have great, history and reviews. Good luck competing with This Old House, Bankrate, Reddit, Architectural Digest. So if we know that the SERP there on the left side of the page, those logos there, I know it's small. Best HVAC repair near me, Yelp. Top 10 HVAC companies near me, Angie's List. I think Angie's not here. House, Forbes, the Home Depot, Modernize. Modernize is here. There they are. Great partners, by the way. Bankrate.com, Reddit, This Old House, and Architectural Digest. That's who you're competing with. So we just know that the real estate plummeted, and the buyers of that real estate have deeper pockets, bigger territories. It's tough. So, I don't know if that's what you look like right now. I don't know if you're a little freaked out. That's what I looked like when I heard all this. So now what? You basically just threw a bunch of problems at me. Now what? Now what do we do? How do we fix this? Well, it's a bunch of things we can do. The first thing I want to point out is that disruption equals opportunity. All right, this isn't all negative. For the dinosaurs in the room, you're going to die. But for the people that are willing to change, you're going to thrive. And typically when big things happen like this, the cream rises to the top. All right? So let's break this into 3 really simple challenges. Number 1, consumers are adapting. And I'll show you why. And they always will continue to adapt. Number 2, the giants, they're dominating, which we just saw on that last slide. And number 3, the change is not going to stop here. This is just the beginning. Okay? So let's talk about number 1, and consumers are adapting. Some of the things in the background here: digital ads, duopoly, leaders or readers, click-through rate, obtrusive ads, ad blockers, fraudulent clicks, bots, offensive. People are going to get tired of this, right? It wasn't long ago that you go through the yellow pages and it was like a third-party source that was ranking things off of. And let's think, SEO, the first thing people did is I'm going to make my name AAA. It's oh yeah, well, I'm going to make my name A1. Oh yeah, I'm going to do underscore. And then people got tired of it, and because you'd call in that order. So consumers always adapt. So let's think about, what does that mean for consumers today? Do you know that Reddit is growing at over 40% per year in their traffic? Here's why. One of the most common things that people do is they search for something and they put Reddit at the end of their search. Why? Because they don't want to hear from you. They don't want your website to say we're the best. Let's read these headlines. Reddit's traffic is way up, way up. Benoodles up. That's Business Insider. We've got the Wall Street Journal, and at the Wall Street Journal saying, can you replace Google search with Reddit? I tried it for a week. There's a paywall, but I found the article and I was able to read through it, and the answer is yes. And then the third one is Yahoo Tech. I'll read this. Reddit's traffic has surged the past few months, largely because it increased prominence in Google search results. In April's Business Insider's Hugh Langley reported that Reddit was taking over Google. People want to hear from people. Let's talk about dating. Like, if I was still dating, I wouldn't walk into a bar and go up to somebody and be like, hi, I'm the best. You should believe me. I have this many reviews. I am awesome. I'm the best, #1 rated, sweet. Nobody wants that. What people want is they want somebody else to say, hey, you should meet Vince. Vince is good at this. That's third party. Those are referrals. That's how you build credibility. Whereas if you look at people's websites nowadays, it's #1 rated, we're the best, we're the best. Why wouldn't you say that? I think one of the speeches earlier was exactly that. It was, don't talk about how great you are, have somebody else do it for you. And the way you do that is by actually providing a legitimately good experience. So let's move on here, and let's look at what a Reddit review looks like. It's hard to fake this. This comes from good reputation. I live in Cleveland, which I didn't realize it until right now that I look at it. The fact that this guy's name is Factory of Sadness, I don't know if you know what that means or not. That is the Cleveland Browns, which is really unfortunate. I should have found a different one, but okay. He goes, hey, I recently discovered a slow leak in my attic and I need a roofer. So he's asking for roofing recommendations. People respond to this because they want to know, like, I don't care what that company has to say about themselves. Why would I believe what they say about themselves? I need to know what other people are saying about this company. Somebody says, I used Barbera for a new roof. Somebody says, that's the company I use. Another one says, I had no complaints. Another one at the bottom says, I literally got 10 quotes and the biggest company that came out was good. People do their homework now, and this really begs the question, will they be the victim of their own, or I guess the opposite? I'm not saying they're going out of business. They're one of the most powerful companies in the world. But at some point, consumers are going to be like, you know what, I'm tired of looking at a bunch of ads about companies telling me why I'm the best, or why they're the best. I want a third-party source that's actually going to tell me what other people have to say. It's almost like stepping back in time into what marketing used to be. I'm a performance marketer, don't get me wrong. Absolutely, we all buy our way to the top. But at some point, consumers, and we're starting to see it with Reddit, they're going to say enough's enough. I want real information, okay? So the first thing I would say, first tip, if we know that consumer behavior is changing, be focused on your reputation, all right? Be careful with that. Because what you don't realize is that you're building a house on land that you don't own. Because let's say you're only focusing on Google reviews. What happens when Google's next algorithm goes, yeah, actually, we're not doing reviews anymore? Now you got 5,000 reviews on Google that are just gone. Spread them out. Go to Trustpilot. Put them on your website, right? Put them on Angie's List. Spread them out. The next thing I would say is that the giants are dominating. It's hard for the little guy. We saw that a few slides back. Who remembers this slide? If you think you can compete with these companies, I worked with a company that had a $400 million a year marketing budget where I was spending over $1 million a day. It's not easy. Trust me, like, you can try all you want to get to the top of that. Home Depot's got pretty deep pockets, I can tell you that. But let's categorize these companies. Like, let's just step back and look. Let's look at the SERP and look at the different companies that have kind of gone through this. We can see that you've got Yelp, Angie, House, Home Depot, Modernize. They're all affiliates. Half of them are in this room. You could simply partner with these companies. If your goal isn't to be at the top of the SERP, your goal is to generate leads. How you do it, it doesn't matter. So whether the person clicks on a Forbes article who redirects to Modernize, you're fine. Forums, we already talked about that. So where do we go from here? Build strong partnerships. Take your partnerships with your partners seriously. The leads are only going to be as good as you treat them. The next thing is, I would say, and this is the final thing, is that change never stops. It will never stop. This won't be the last time that Google changes its algorithm. This certainly isn't the first. and it's going to continue to change. So, do you want to be on the left, or do you want to be on the right? If you are resistant to change, there are plenty of companies that aren't, and there's going to be rapid consolidation in your industry. Because the dinosaurs will die. Do you want to be Sears or Yellow Cab or Blockbuster, or do you want to be Amazon, Uber, and Netflix? Because the consumers, they don't care how long you've been in business. They don't. What they care about is, what are you doing for them? And the right side of this screen made it a hell of a lot easier than the left side of the screen for the consumer. So, the third piece I would say is embrace the disruption and capture the opportunity, because for the people that are willing to make change, this is the best thing you could ever hope for. The people who are not willing to make change, good luck. So, in summary, 3 things. Focus on your reputation. Make other companies talk about you more than you're talking about yourself. The only way to do that is to provide good business and ask for reviews. Number 2, build strong partnerships. Your goal, think about the goal, not the way to achieve the goal. The goal is to generate leads. That's not even the goal. The goal is to grow your business. How do you do that? You generate leads. A lot of people in this room think, oh, well, the way to generate leads is just to be at the top of Google. Maybe true, but there's 2 ways to the top of Google. Buy your way, earn your way. Neither one's free. People think organic marketing's free. It's not. You got content writers, you've got opportunity cost and time and everything else. The third thing is embrace the disruption, because it's not the first time to happen, nor will it be the last. It will continue. And that is all I have for today. I officially see 0 seconds left on the clock here, and I see you walking up, so I know you're kicking me off. Thank you.